Oh, thank you very much, Mark. I really appreciate your message. So I'm gonna have to start all over again now. I'm explaining a whole lot of stuff. The music not too loud, I hope. Okay, whilst you respond, let me start over again. This is silly. Oh, I feel stupid now. Okay, so I'm Pascal, and welcome to the new Home Automator live stream. Today's stream marks the first fully structured stream that I will be doing, so I really went and prepared everything. And I think it will show, except that obviously I've already failed. So I suspect that we're going to continue with these at least until the beginning of next year. I'm hoping that by February or so, we'll be back with tutorials, and I will be probably starting with a tutorial every 2 weeks and then every week. Okay, today we're going to build a home assistant kiosk, as I showed you a little earlier, but you couldn't hear anything. Here it is. Sorry, hold on. Let's see if I can. Don't look at the arrows. It's in printed housing. I'll show you the printed housing in a minute. But a bit better. I've got one that is completely stripped on here that you will be able to see shortly. Still no sound. Now it works, and the music is not too loud. Okay. Michael, welcome to the stream. By the way, Mark, welcome to the stream. Can you tell me where you're from, please? I would love to know. Okay. So we're going to build one of those. And as I said, I've enabled super chat, super thanks, and memberships. So if you want to help the channel, that's the way to go. But if you don't want to deal with Google, you're more than welcome to leave me some on Coffee or buy me coffee. The links are in the description, and I thank you in advance for anything that you can do. Now, as I was saying earlier, and you didn't hear me, I stabbed myself last week, and I left a message regarding that. And as I was saying, this is one of those that stabbed me. Let's see if it's going to focus this time. If I hide my face, maybe. Yeah, this one of these. Whilst I was putting this fellow, come on, yeah, this fellow, it's a POE yet, on the pie that we're going to be using. Unfortunately, I wanted to go POE for this live stream. That's why I got it, and it doesn't fit. Well, it fits fine on the pie. It just doesn't fit in the housing. So yeah, that's that. Ah, Marc from Montreal. Vous parlez français, Marc? In case you don't know, I am from Belgium originally. I speak French as well as English, and I live in Johannesburg in South Africa. Anyway, I will be drinking quite a bit, so because my mouth gets very dry. So apologies for that. Okay, but I'm not going to bring the tea anywhere near everything else. Okay, so back to my notes. Oh yes, I wanted to talk a bit about why I opted to go for Wi-Fi and not Ethernet. Hi, Michael from Belgium, Cape Town. How's the weather down there? Here it's hot and humid. I heard that yesterday was scorching and humid in Cape Town. Anyway, so I opted to go to the Wi-Fi route for all of them. Why I didn't go for the Ethernet is very simple. You need to bring Ethernet there. Now, I wanted to try the PoE on this because it was a bit different. I've got currently 3 of them already. Oh, sorry. Okay. I just got a message from Deliberate Geek, who is not going to be able to make it today. And he says to all of you that he can't wait until he can make a future stream. So if you haven't met him, if you go back into my streams, he was with me on inside of a stream before. And he kind of said, I want to be part of this, and I see he's not able to. Okay, anyway, carrying on. Wi-Fi, because, well, all you'll need is power. And I have 3 of them here. One of them is on my desk, the one that I just showed you. And I have one in the kitchen, and I've got one upstairs. And they allow me to control the whole house, because I've got, and I will show you maybe a little later, I have a plane of the house where I can actually tap the lights and switch on, switch off, and see if the doors are open, if some of the windows are open, that type of stuff. So I can see quite a bit of the state of the house. I also have things like my solar generation, which is available to me straight away. And I have a few other things as well that are room specific, like the temperature of the room, the humidity of the room. If I have things like PM, so particle, another names, the name escapes me, and I can show you. I've got some of them prepared right now to be fitted in some. So yeah. So anyway, basically, yes. I've got a lot of information, and we'll talk about that. I've also got my weather station outside, which you saw I updated in the live stream. Speaking of which, I said, I think in the last stream, that I was waiting for a new board for a weather station, and I got it during the week. There it is. This is the board. I haven't gotten a chance to flash it or anything yet, but what I will do is I will build this one maybe in a live stream as well. So that's if you're interested. I will be putting up a poll, by the way. How many people? Okay, Michael, Mark, and we're missing one. Okay, and yes, Mark, I do speak French. My wife is French, and as I say, I'm Belgian, so yeah. Okay, so that's why Wi-Fi, because I want to be able to put it anywhere. The other 2 that I have are stuck on the wall with command strips, which I assume you know. It's double-sided strips with Velcro. I seem to have a bit of a problem, so sorry. This piece of music is a bit louder than the rest, and in my headphones it's a bit loud. So I am gonna bring the volume down a little. There. Still not too loud for you. If anything is wrong with the stream, please shout. This is for you. This is not for me. Okay. Okay. So now I want to speak about a little bit about what we're going to be using. 10 minutes in, and yeah, the first 5 minutes were a wreck. We're in there. Okay, so I think it's this one. Nope, it's this one. Yes. No. This one. Yes. Okay. Sorry, new layout and things like that. So, okay, so I'd like my pen, thank you. And yes, this is where I'll be building shortly. So we have the Raspberry Pi Touch Display 2 here. It is the 7-inch. You can have it in 5-inch. I don't think that it will be fine in 5-inch, though. I don't think it will work in 5-inch. It's going to be too small to work with. It's already borderline at 7-inch. Okay, this is what it looks like on the other side. And you'll see it much better in a second. This is the power cable, and this is the data cable. Okay, obviously a Raspberry Pi. Now, I had this Raspberry Pi before. This is a Pi 5 4 megabits. 4 megabyte RAM, sorry. Nothing fancy about it. I just installed the cooler, the stock cooler from Raspberry Pi. This is a 45 watt power supply, but the 27 watt will do perfectly fine. In fact, I think that in my list, I have put the 27 watt and not the 45 watts. I've got this 45 watt power supply for a simple reason, is that I am building a NAS based on the Raspberry Pi and 4 drives. If you want to see that at any time in the future and how I built it, you're more than welcome to sound off in the comments, and what I will do is I'll do it in a live stream as well. I think it's the best way to do it. Okay, so we'll need a SD card adapter and a micro SD card as well. These screws actually come with the display, and I think there is 8 of them. Yes, there is 8 of them. You'll see there is another 4 there with some tack. Plastic for my South African friends. And this is the housing. It's a printed housing. I use PLA for it, nothing fancy. It's got nice space. This is the housing that I use everywhere, and then I just put 2 strips of over here and over here to put it on the wall, and that's that. Okay. So that covers that, and we will need a screwdriver. This is an iFixit screwdriver. It's a normal, I think, PH1 bit. So there you go. Okay. So that's what we need. Hardware-wise. Software-wise, you'll need Home Assistant with MQTT. So whether it's an add-on or separately on another server. And we will need HACS, but I'll install HACS with you, so a little later, just to show you how that goes on. And a page on Home Assistant, which you briefly saw. This is it. Oops. Sorry. Okay, this is not working. Why? Well, this is the page that we'll be using. I've already made it. If you want me to teach you how to make these, again, you are welcome to leave a message down, and I think I may even leave a I can't remember, so that you can vote on. My brain is just suddenly dead. Hold on. A poll, so that you can vote on to the next project that we'll do in a live stream. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, everything seems to be fine. Okay. Okay, so I am going to move away from this, and I'm hoping this is the right one. Nope. So this is the right one. Nope. Sorry. So this is a new way of doing things, and I'm obviously mangling myself. Okay, all I'm going to do then is I'm going to keep this one, and we are going to just hide this one for a simple reason, and I'm sure I've done Nice. Well, you have to use this one. That's fine. Is that visible enough for you? I see we are 7 in the stream. Where are you from? I know that Mark is from Quebec, and Michael from Cape Town here in South Africa. Where are the rest of you from? Okay, so I'm going to put some order here. Okay, we don't need that one. The first thing that I'm going to do is just assemble. Try to keep things visible for you. Do some assembly. This I'm not going to need just now. But yeah, so if you've got a Raspberry Pi 5, you will see that this is a small one. Now, the box does come for a Raspberry Pi 4 and 3, because you could use a 4 and a 3, by the way. This is a box. Here it is. Okay, so I'm just gonna edit the screen comes in one of these. And where is the... Oh, well. I don't know what I found. But there is another one, and you can see the mounting is here. So I'm going to leave the mounting instructions right here so that you can see them. I've done this already. You can see it's been banked already. So first things first, very gently, you pull the 2 tabs here. Tab 1 is, sorry, tab 1 is here and tab 2 is here. And insert this one this way. Close the tabs. I'm hoping you can see the tabs. Let me see if I can bring it a bit higher for you. Yeah, there are the tabs. They need to be nice and tight. Okay. There. Okay. So next, the Pi comes this way. Over here. It doesn't lock in, by the way. So we are going to take these screws that come in the box and assemble this quickly. I told you it was from scratch. So, and I do assemble it before I put the cable, by the way. It's much easier to do it that way. I advise to go into a star pattern for the assembly. There we are. And don't over torque it. So there. And you know what I forgot to do? Anybody? I forgot to put the power. But the power is relatively easily put in. It's this one over here. So what we do is we take a long nose. It's always nice to have a couple of tools on hand. See how it fits in, and it fits in this way. Yes. And all I do is just gently push into it with a long nose. Okay. This one, I always forget, so it's here, like such. Is that right? Nope. Oh, yes. Double check. Yes, that's correct. I like to tuck this one back in a bit. Okay. So I'm going to put this back into the drawer. We will need the screwdriver again later, but I'm going to put it aside. Now, very gently, because these break rather easily. We're going to just train it just a little bit. Yeah, it's getting trained a little bit in such a way that we can reach either this one or that one. We're going to go for this one. So again, we're going to lift the tab very carefully. Now, why do I say very carefully? Because I loaned this specific unit to somebody, and you'll see that the tab for the PCIe, the PCI Express or the PCIe is no longer there. Okay, so we are going to bend it, and we are going to slide it carefully over here, like such. And it should be in. Nice and tight. Okay. So train it again a little bit. Okay. And now what we've got is our screen ready. Now, one of the things that I recommend, and I do recommend highly, is whilst you are working with it, if you turn it around, what happens is that it will be literally blocking all of this, and it will start overheating. So either you use a lift, or you take this one and you put it in for now. Okay, so we're going to put that aside. Now that it's mounted, we need to do the OS operating system installation, and for that we'll need an SD card. I'm going to take a random one because I've already done this for you, because it takes like forever. So let go, and I think it is this one. No, this one. Yes. Oh, I'm gonna put this one in here so that you can see it. Okay. So actually I'm gonna do it here. So all we do is we do this. Okay. We insert into the SD card port, and we are going to look for a Raspberry Pi imager. And hope that it pops up. Come on. It's here. It's on the wrong screen. Here we go. Okay. So the way to do it is simply to choose a device. The device in this case is a Pi 5. Choose an operating system. In this case, we're going to go to Other, and we're going to scroll down a little bit until we get to Raspberry Pi OS 64-bit. Okay. We're going to choose the storage, and the storage would be this one. It's too small, by the way. I'm not, as I say, I'm not going to do it, but it's next. You can go and edit settings if you want. Okay. You'll see that it's my development network. So these are pretty important. Host name. I recommend that the room where you're going to put it in is somewhere over there. And okay, the username and password that will be used for SSH, and then configuring your wireless LAN offhand. In my case, the country is ZA because I am in Johannesburg. Okay, services, make sure that you enable SSH and use password authentication. Okay, that's it. You save, and yes, and off it will prepare you the card. Okay, so that's where we are now, because the card this card here is ready for us. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take it out again. Okay, insert the card. Oops. Right. Insert the card right here, gently, without damaging the ribbon. There it is. Next is I need the power cable, which I have here. Over here, as you can see. Turn this one around again. Yes. I do not recommend screwing it in until you know that it works. There I actually snapped it in so that it doesn't give me too much grief. And we are going to put the cable in, the power cable in. There. And you're going to leave it upside down, because if we look, don't know, yeah, you can see the light. There it is. Now it's going to boot a couple of times. And you're not going to see, yeah, there it is. It's going to boot, it's going to resize and do a few other things. So at this point, what we can do is come back here a little bit nicely for you. There we are. Okay. We are finished with you. And I am okay. So, oh, it's very skewed. What you don't see is that on top, you can see the IP address. So I'm going to just look, and it gives me 250. So I know where it is. It's at 250, and because I have the memory of a goldfish, I am just going to write it down. 250. Okay, on subnet 5. Okay, and another drink. Mark, it's a good question. No, I would have the display with the Raspberry 5. In fact, I wouldn't use a Raspberry 5. It's just because I had one on hand that I'm using it. All of my others are Raspberry 4s that I'd bought previously, and they're all 2 gigabytes of RAM. So they're far cheaper. You'll find that I even tried with a 2 or a 3, but no, keep them together. At that distance, your signaling is going to be terrible. You really need the 2 together. It's a bit like having a computer. Does it make sense, Mark? I'm going to just switch off these 2. And I'm switching them off so that there is no glare and that you can see this a little bit better. Okay. So now that we've got that, I am gonna go into a terminal. If I could spell. I turn like that. Thank you. Okay, so we've got a terminal up. And we said it is. I spend a lot of time in the terminal, by the way. 250. Okay, let's see if we. So for just a split second, I'm going to do this. Just to fix this. So what's happened here, there. Sorry, this one. What's happened here is that I've used that IP address and had a key generated. So you see the command there, SSH keygen -R one blah blah and the IP address. So what I can do is now do that, and it's going to ask me to regenerate a new key, and yes, and I'm going to put the password. Okay, and we are in, and I'm going to clear the screen. And I'm going to scroll here. Yes, so all I did is I installed the operating system. So the first thing to do is to refresh apt, which is the installer. So let's do that. Okay, and then we're going to upgrade. We have how many packages? 5 packages. This may take a little bit of time. Hopefully not too much. Upgrade. Okay, but I did want to go through the entire process with you. Yes. So that you can see the entire process. By the way, I have a GitHub page, and at the end of the stream, I will be putting the code and every step that I've taken on the GitHub. It will be linked in the description. This, as I say, I just have to push it up, and that's it, really. Let's see. So it's saying it's going to take. It's going pretty fast. I do have a pretty fast client, so yeah. I was watching another YouTuber that was complaining that he was stuck on 25 megs uploads. In South Africa now, we have very, very little asymmetric links. So I have 100, and most people are sitting with an asymmetric, with a symmetric. So whatever comes down goes up. And fiber is becoming very common. Anything I can help you with whilst this is happening? No, nothing? Okay. So what we can do in the meanwhile, whilst this is happening, we can go back to, is it this one? Yes, it is. Okay, and we're going to do a little bit of a change. Where's my pen? There. Okay. So we need to do a little bit of a change. And it's pretty easy. We need to go into the menu. Okay, and from the menu, we're going to preferences. No, this is not what I wanted. We're going to preferences, and we're going to go to screen configuration, I think it is. Yes. Then we're going to go into screens. I'm hoping you can see this. I know it's a bit small. And then we are going to go to orientation. And let's try left. Apply. Okay, nope, it's right. Okay, so I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to select right instead. Orientation, left, right. I'm going to say apply, and I'm going to say okay. And now it's in the right orientation. As I say, you will have all of this. Hey, Jerry, how are you, man? I was thinking about you earlier on. I was thinking next time you're in Joburg, you must tell me. So here it is. It's in the right orientation now. And I'm not going to touch it again for a while. So let me go back to this scene here. And put the cap back on. It's finished. So now Speedo reboot. And you're going to see it reboot on top. Also try to put it back nicely for you. Okay. It's really pulling here. Okay. Sorry, it's not exactly square with the camera. There we are. Okay, so now the operating system is nice and ready for us. Note on the SD card. Oh, yes. No, I've got some of those. It's just that I didn't have a spare one. Avery's. So, Jerry, I've got a... I'm busy working on a NAS. And the NAS has one of those. My 3 other units, like these Kiosk, have those as well. They are blazing fast, and that's an understatement. Okay, so we are back up, are we? Yes, we are. So do I need to go back into SSH right now? Yes, I do. But before I go into SSH, I want to show you, oops, no, wrong screen. So we're going to go here. So this is, by the way, where you'll get the PyImager. I've left a link in the on GitHub. I've also left a link on GitHub for this one. There is an explanation to do what we did. The switch of the orientation on here somewhere. So there it is without a desktop. I've tried this, it doesn't work. So yeah. Then we are over here. I discovered that this about 6 months ago, TouchKio, and the great thing about it is that it is fully compatible with Home Assistant. In fact, you can update the Kiosk software via Home Assistant. That's how good it is. It actually just pops up as a Home Assistant update, and it will push it up to all of the kiosks at the same time. So you don't have to do them individually. It talks to the kiosk via MQTT, and this is why MQTT is so important. So yeah, and I'm just gonna scroll down a little bit. This is what it ends up looking like. You saw it earlier on my one, and there is a whole lot of stuff, and you can see here remote controllable via MQTT, and I'll show you that. I'll demo that a little later. And this is the resultant that you will have over here. And I'll talk about this a little later with a whole bunch of other little things. Sensors, some of them useful, some of them not so much. Okay, so this is what we want. This is the easiest way to install it, really. So we are going to go back, punch in the password. Okay, let's clear the screen, do that, And off it is. It's going to install it all by itself. Hello, Dylan. Start with Home Automator. Home Assistant. At the beginning, Mike, install it, and I'm going to be doing a series of things where I'm actually going to show you how to do integration. Integrations are very easy, in fact. To be honest with you, and I think that Jury and the others will tell you there's no complications there. It's very straightforward. More often than not, Home Assistant will find the devices for you. There are some caveats, and that, for example, let me go to the yes, sorry. Before I start that, there are some caveats. And obviously I don't have it installed here. But those are related to non-Wi-Fi based systems. So those do take a little bit more tinkering. But again, Home Assistant has, if we go into the settings, you see there's been updates, by the way. If you go into the add-ons, I'm going to just say add-on, decons for Zigbee. This is not the one that I use, by the way. So Zigbee is a protocol much like Wi-Fi is, but it is a low-power protocol. Meta, same as Zigbee. No, sorry, Thread is the same as Zigbee. It's an open standard, whereas Zigbee is kind of. Meta is more of a standard for data packages, so information. And the last one is Z-Wave. Now, you'll see there are plugins for all of these things that exist. Or rather, sorry, yeah, they're plugins basically. Add-ons for all of these. Also, Mosquito, the broker, the MQTT broker, will be very important because all of those end up talking through MQTT. Does that kind of answer your question? The big problem usually is into building the dashboards, but there is a new way of doing dashboards, and I think that my next live stream is going to be building a dashboard. Very simple dashboard. I mean, how simple? This is super simple. This is way more complicated. It uses dashboard components that are not available within Home Assistant natively. But I'll show you how I do that with HACS in a minute because I will be installing HACS. Okay, back to our regular program, and we are going to start the TouchKio setup. Yes. And it's going to do this, and it's going to tell us there is a bunch of errors, and it's going to ask us for the web URL. Now, the web URL for it is this. Simply, you go to your dashboard and dashboard page, and you copy it, and you paste it, and you say, okay, web theme dark. I love dark. Okay, zoom level, personally I use 1, not 125. Okay, web widget enabled, that's fine. MQTT broker, yes. Now it's going to ask us a whole lot of questions regarding the MQTT broker. And where is my details for the MQTT broker? Okay. So the MQTT broker is sitting on the same, you saw it earlier on the same device. So all we do is MQTT, and there we are. Okay, the username for Kiosk is, believe it or not, HA. I'm sure it is HA. Well, if it's not HA, we've got a problem. And the password is demonstrator. Yes, I'm just going to copy it. Yes, I'm giving it to you because this is exactly what it's for, so I didn't kill myself. There it is, demonstrator. Let's make sure there's no space in front. Yep. That's fine, we leave it as is. Yes. And refuse not authorized. Okay. So, yours truly was an idiot, as it happens. Terminated. So, no, we don't want to do that. Okay, I'm just going to clear the screen. There is a way of doing this. I'm a little bit silly because the way to do this is right here somewhere. Oops, I went right past it. There it is. See, if we rerun it, oh yes. Okay, so we can't do it because Wayland is not installed. It will work perfectly well with without Wayland, by the way. So what I'll do is instead do it via Nano, and this is not HA. Just thank you for the explanation. I always use Home Assistant the latest. Oh, Oz, always Oz. Core no longer exists, by the way. I know, it's not Core, and supervisors don't exist anymore. You've only got Oz and Docker. Those are the only two that still exist. Go Oz, honestly. The nice thing is, I've got my production one running off a Raspberry Pi 5 with an SSD, 256 gig SSD, and it flies. It really flies. The one that I'm showing you now is running off my virtual. It's a virtual machine. It works. It's fine. You can do that too. But I have a dedicated machine for that, which gets backed up and a whole lot of stuff. You can do the same with a virtual machine, obviously. I just opted to go Raspberry Pi. I've got an entire Raspberry Pi cluster with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Raspberry Pi in a half rack. So yeah, and it's sitting, you can't see it obviously, but it's sitting right here. So yeah. Okay, so the user we said is Kiosk. And if it isn't, we're in trouble. So no. Yeah. Not that. Go away. There we are. I just want to check that the change has been done properly. Yes. Okay, and to restart. Restarted. No. Sorry, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. I think it's just... No, it won't even fire up. Okay. So you know what? When you end up in a situation like that, the best way, where is... Just reboot. Yes, so I am, Mike, I am running on a Pi 5. With Home Assistant on it. And then QTT and a whole lot of other things. So yeah. And there you can see it's restarting. Ah! And guess what? Our kiosk is ready already. Okay, so we are going to... Okay, we're going to log in. Sorry, I might be a little bit out of picture. So the username is Kiosk. And the password is, we said the password was? Demonstrator, I think it was. Let me go back up. Yep, demonstrator. Demonstrator. Is it spelled correctly? Yes. That's a nice one. Keep me logged in. Obviously, log in. And there we are. The kiosk is working, and it, as you can see, it's full screen. And it's showing you exactly the page that I said it would. Just let me show you the page. Not that one. This one over here. This is what you're seeing. Can you believe it? We've done it in under an hour, and we are there. But there is more. Yes, I'm gonna feel like I'm what do you call it? Advertisement. But that's not all. For a premium, you can. No, there's no premium, it's all free. A little bit more. It's finished. But don't worry. I got more. Yes, it does. So mine's been running for about 2 years now. It was 256, yeah. And it is, mine is currently an 8 gigabyte, the long story. It used to be a 4 gigabyte. I'm gonna actually have to switch it over again. And that's a nice thing with it, is that you can switch them. If it fails, you can just switch them. You don't have to reinstall the whole thing. So I didn't have a failure. I wanted to demonstrate something with the 4 gigabytes. So, and that was the only 4 gigabytes that I had at the time. Only Raspberry 5 4 gig I had at the time, and I had an 8. So I put the 8 on. And to be honest with you, let me just open it for you. Open Governator. So this is my production one. Yeah, no, I just have to go over here. This is very messy, by the way. You see Proxmox? My Unify gateway. There is nothing that OMV. Where is OMV? Ah, there is Governator. So yeah, I'm using an average of about 20. My RAM is 33.8. It's really, yes, it is 90, but it is recycling. So last Home Assistant restart, current version. So for the answer is 11.1. It backed up 9 hours ago, and it will back up again in 10 hours. And I've rebooted it when I updated the operating system 3 days ago. So pretty much that's it, really. There's no, and as I say, RAM use, if I go to 40%, it's a lot. So dropping it by 50% is like going to 80%. It's still fine. Yeah. Sorry. Why am I getting a call at this time on this day? Okay, bye. It's late for us. Anyway. So yeah. That's basically it. Does it answer? It depends if it's if 128 is plenty. I use mine. I keep all of the logs, the sensor logs. So for me, it's not that plenty. That's why it's actually that full. But what it does is that it compacts those logs once a month. Okay, so let me go and show you what's happened. Yeah, that's not it. But if we go into the integration and we go into MQTT, you will see there is one device. There is a device. Oh, and I didn't show you earlier on, it was not there. But the app is up to date, the display is on. Now, I said I would demonstrate, so the display is on and the display is off. And you can see all I did is I clicked. Nice, huh? You want the key to pop up. There it is. You can frame it. You can maximize it. And this is all done remote. You can minimize it and terminate it. I'm going to put it back to full screen. Page zoom is 100%, but if you wanted to, we can go to 100%. And there it is. And all of this is remote controlled via MQTT right through Home Assistant. So you can reboot it from here. I'm not going to reboot it now. You can refresh. That doesn't take too much time. So you see it's refreshing and you can shut it down. You can also change. Yeah, there it is. And back to dock. Okay. The sensor, that's the host name when it was last active, which is not true. What it means is last time you rebooted it. The memory size, that's the 4 gig. Memory usage, 25%, blah, 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 blah. Temperature of the processor, and processor usage is at 26%. Uptime 7 minutes, and heartbeat and version. Okay, so you get quite a bit. Now, I would highly recommend that you go and install another piece of software, and that piece of software is Glance. Because Glance will give you far more information regarding the hardware than this will. And Glance is very useful. In fact, that's what you saw on my live server is from Glance. Okay, so we can close this one. And as I promised, all of the links will be available after the live stream. So quickly, we're going to install HACS, and you're going to say, yes, but Pascal, HACS is obviously installed because it's there. Yes, it is. But if you look very well, it isn't. So how can both be true? Oh, you see glass is installed on this one. As a on the Home Assistant one. In fact, no, I'm not going to demonstrate glance today. Another day, maybe. Okay, so HACS is very easy to install. From last time, you'll find a HACS installation video that dates about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. And I'll tell you what, it was a whole mission back then. To set it up today is really a cinch. Okay, so what we do is we're going to copy this link. I'm not going to even go through this. I am going to go here and install the 3 dots. And we are adding a repository. Oh, I already had removed, so if you want to, I can remove the repository. It's not necessary, it's already there, but all you do is you do this and you just say add. Now, if I do that right now, it's going to tell me that it can't. Okay, so how do you install it? Use search HACS. And there it is, HACS for Home Assistant. Install, you'll see it's blistering fast. And I'll be using HACS in the future. So then what you do is you don't have to start it on boot. You don't have to auto-update. All you do is you do start. And you go into the logs. And it's busy saying it's existing already, blah, blah, blah. It's removing HACS and it's reinstalling HACS. Go back to info. Stop. And if you really want to, and install, do not delete that on data. Okay, it's gone. And HACS is still going to be there. Now, after you've installed HACS, you'll have to restart Home Assistant. I'm not going to do it because obviously, as explained, I've got it installed. And why? Because I've got all of these already in. And those are, the icon changer, for example, is the one that lets me do that. You can change and reorganize your sidebar as well. Mushroom, is these. Mini graph card is this card here. Yeah, I know it doesn't look like a full card, but it is, I promise you. Vertical stacking card. That's what allows me to put 2 cards together without the bar. Okay, flexible horseshoe card for Lovelace. It's this one. Then apparent temperature is exactly what it is. It allows me to give you feels like 24.3 degrees. Okay. Daily sensor allows to do things like min-max. So today we've had a minimum of 14.8 degrees and maximum of 25.5, currently at 24.3. Yes, it is in Celsius. And the ring tile card is these. Is a ring tile, and that's the ring tile. So now that we know what all of this is, I'm skipping stuff here. Okay. We are going to install Kiosk mode. Kiosk. And there it is, Kiosk mode. Now, what Kiosk mode does is it allows us to remove this section here and this section here. So those 2 sections, the top one and the side one, so that we end up with something, instead of like this. Okay, so that's what it does. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit download. We're going to hit download again. We're going to wait. Okay, so now it's installed. There's quite a bit of configuration that you can do. You can see it here, and you're more than, again, the link will be available to you, so don't worry about it. But look at this. And there is some configuration, but I'm going to tell you something. You don't need to worry about it, because if you take this URL here and you go !kiosk, there it is, done. So what we're going to do for the kiosk is exactly that. We are going to go back and we are going to log into it. Okay, and I like to clear to see where I am. Okay, and what we're going to do is we've downloaded already the argument thingy. Okay, and all we're going to do, click doesn't work. Obviously, click doesn't work. No, it doesn't work with the mouse. So we're going to go to the end, question mark, and all we're going to do is kiosk. Okay, and we are going to select that, close that, and the best way to show it is to reboot. So we are going to say sudo reboot. Oh, no. We're going to do one better. So we are going to go into the settings again. We are going to go into device and services again and straight into MQTT. We're going to open it. Remember I told you we can reboot from here. Watch this. It's positioning down and rebooting. You guys are really quiet all of a sudden. Everything okay? Jerry? Mike? Mark? Michael, you still there? Ooh, the sun. Okay, let me see if I can do something about the sun. Yeah, much better. And guess what? There it is. It's done. So to recap, what have we done today? We built a kiosk in a matter of 1 hour and 15 minutes with all of the explanations. Yeah. It didn't take all that long, did it? And you've got everything now. There's nothing more for me to show you. It's like, okay, and I expected it to be at least half an hour longer than this. No, it's not that difficult, Mike. It isn't. And as I say, on my GitHub page, you will have all of the links that and the commands that come with the live stream. So yeah. Oh, one thing that I forgot to do. So you know that I've obviously I've put it in so that it's lifted and that it doesn't get too hot. By the way, it does tend to get hot, even like this. There are two things that I haven't done that I thought I would leave to do with you. Let me put it back where it belongs. Yeah. So this one is gone. I took it off. Yeah, I will be reconfiguring it for my house. I needed one for the garage, so there is the one for the garage. And yeah. we've got a little bit of time if you want. I've got about half an hour more or so available to me. So if you're interested into anything else, I showed you this, I showed you this, I showed you this, and I showed you this. So yeah, let me go back here. So if you have any questions, you have one question, Mike. Go shoot. Please do shoot. Whilst you shoot and type it away, Jerry, I want to thank you. You joined YouTube members 12 months ago. That's a year ago. And you didn't let me down. I really appreciate it. When I realized that earlier this week, when I was digging into doing stuff and getting stuff ready again, I felt touched. Thank you very much. So Mike, where is the question? Or are you writing a book? Oh wait, no, that's me. So if you're wondering why, because I was talking about the other day that I had only 2 projects left in hand. The other one is I'm writing a novel. I'll make public announcements of when. Well, I don't expect it to come out until June next year. I'm just past halfway though. I don't know. I've never tried, Mike. Sorry, Mike. I've never tried. As I say, I've got a cluster, so I can't show it to you like this, but maybe I can show you if you have a second. I may be able to show you what it looks like. Actually, what I'd like to do, if you don't mind, is I am gonna just do this. Yeah, and yes, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm sorry. I'm looking so that you know, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screens around me right now, of which I'm only working with 4. One is just to monitor that everything is working right. The other one is the actual kiosk. The other, I'm sorry, 2 of them are kiosks. Jerry, you must tell me when you're home, and that, or maybe next weekend I can come past or something, or we can meet somewhere. I'll get in touch with you. So let me show you what my little server situation is like. Let's see. Okay. So I can close this one. I can put this one here for you. Okay, let's go back to, I think it's this. Nope, this one. Come on. Yeah. Let me see if this one can be better. I don't know, OBS is giving me some trouble right now. So OBS, sorry, I'm having an OBS problem. Ah, there we are. Okay, so this is my one of my racks. So if you're wondering, this here is my Home Assistant Pi. This is my it's my network controller. It is the one that that houses things like Pi-hole, my DNS, that type of stuff. It's running entirely running Docker. That's all it's doing. It's just Docker. This is the prototype NAS. I've got three 2.5-inch on an Raspberry Pi 5 4 gigabits. I'm still working on this. This is the one that, if you want to see, I can show you how I did it. This is the one that I'm using for the Kiosk, and this is a Raspberry Pi 5 that only runs AI. And you're gonna say, but AI on a Raspberry Pi 5? Yeah, it's a 4 gigs. And I am gonna actually take this one and swap them around. I'm talking to you guys, but you can't see me, and I'm busy gesturing and whatnot else. That's very clever. But yes, so yeah, that's what it looks like. No, this is not what I wanted. No, this is what I wanted. This is what it looks like, and you can see the dust. So apologies again. As I've told you, here in dust, I don't know how it is, Jury, at your place, but here it is terrible. So this is my Pi rack, and you can see I've got space to put another 4 in. This is my Unify rack. This is a Unify router. I can't remember the exact serial number for it, or series. This is a Unify NVR for my cameras. By the way, this is also Unify. That's an 8-port. You've got 7 in front and 1 at the back. The 7 in front are all PoE, PoE plus to be exact. This is half PoE plus and half nothing whatsoever. Then here is my Synology 920. This is my media machine. It's an NAC 8. And this is my virtual machine. It runs Proxmox 8, and again a Unify router. This one is actually a PoE router. It's powered by this fellow here. So yeah, that's my entire network sitting in my desk. Yeah, and some of my some tech and some of my drawers for this and that. So that's what it looks like. Yeah. So yeah, no, that's true. So yeah, that's the story. So we'll quit this. Let's get to the chat. Oh, the Netherlands. Mike, I heard rumors that Holland wants to separate. Any truth in that? So whilst you guys are having a chat, I am gonna have a drink. So Mike, that HP, it's a 10th generation Intel i5 with 32 gigs of RAM, and it has a 128 gigs master drive, and it has a 2 terabyte secondary drive, as well as a 256 that NVMe that I had. So the 128 and the 256 NVMe's I had already, and I got a 2 terabyte 2.5 inch. I had to actually get the adapter from China for it. The nice thing was that I got it, and I don't know if you know, but there is a whole Microsoft / HP / Dell thing going on, and those specific units, you can pick them up for next to nothing in secondhand. So I picked it up as a secondhand machine. I paid 4,500 rands. That would make, let me do some mathematics, or better yet, let the computer do the mathematics, right? ZAR 4,500. Come on, ZAR 4,500 equals in euro per year. Okay, €2. Okay, I don't know what it's trying to prove. Let me try again. 4500 to so it's about 225 euros. I got it at a very good price. I can't find it under more than twice that right now. So I was very lucky last year when I got it. Yeah, Mike, it was just something I had heard, and I couldn't find anything regarding the Holland wanting to separate. It made no sense to me. That Belgium wants to split into a million pieces, I can believe that. They can, I mean, the Flanders can't get along with the Walloons. Old story. But that the Netherlands wants to split was, yeah, made no sense. Oh, sorry. By the way, that was the machine without RAM and without disk. So I had one stick of RAM, 116 gig stick of RAM, and it was DDR4. Was it? No, it was DDR5, sorry. And I bought another one. I had the 2 NVMe's, and I bought the 2 Tera. So, any other questions? I've got a question for you. How did you enjoy the stream? And did you enjoy the music? Was it okay for you? Was it a good idea? By the way, the layout is going to change a little bit. I actually commissioned somebody to do a layout for me based on what you saw today. But yeah, what do you think? You want more of these? Good. I think that the music also fills in the blanks. I have less worry about blanks because when I do stuff, sometimes I need to concentrate a little. So yeah, good. Well, Mike, I'm glad. Well, Jerry, since you're in South Africa, if you need help, I don't think you will, but if you do, yeah, I don't think I gave you my number. I must actually do so. I think you and I are on. Hold on. Let's see. I think you're on my Discord server, aren't you? No, you're not my Discord server. Oh, guys, by the way, I've got a Discord server. The link is also in the description. Jerry, do me a favor. Do you have Discord? By the way, Jerry, if you want pies, just the pie shop's got stock of both the pie, the screens, and everything else. Yeah, so my Discord server details are in the description somewhere. And yeah, just join the Discord server and I'll pop you a message. So Mike, understand that my focus, okay, so the live stream, I think I'm going to do a lot of Home Assistant. But my focus is more on the ASP Home side of things. But as I said, the live stream, and there's going to be live stream except for the end of December. It's going to be live streams every 2 weeks until at least, as I said, end of February, beginning of March, somewhere around there. I'm going to put a poll up for the next, for you guys to choose what the next topic is going to be. What I'm doing in the moment is I'm alternating, and this is why 2 weeks and not every week. I'm alternating between writing my book and my novel. And this. So 1 week I'm writing my novel, and 1 week I'm doing the channel. I'm taking care of the channel. So I'm literally alternating 1 week. And this is why, sorry, I'm looking in the wrong direction. And this is why there are only two, it takes me 2 weeks, basically. So yeah, I have some, I've got things like installation of Home Assistant and installation of some of the add-ons and things like that. I do speak about how to do some of the things that I've shown you. But I think that maybe the next, and it's up to you guys, the next one I should sit down and introduce you to not just building Home Assistant, normal Home Assistant dashboards, but more advanced ones to get to something like I showed you. This one? Nope. This one? Yeah, to get to something similar to this. It took me a while to get grips with what can be done. So if you want to, I can definitely do that for you, and show you where to find the samples and show you how to do things, introduce you to some of those components. There are a few components that are well worth looking into, that will allow you to do quite a few things. Some of them I've already talked to you about because, well, they're here. Close this. Mushroom is definitely a big one. Mushroom is very powerful. It doesn't look like it from what they show, but I can tell you it's extremely powerful. And the nice thing is, let me take an entity card. As an example, this is a very simple one, obviously, but look at the options that come along with it. And most of these options are available in the... Mike, watch this. Okay, so this is called a dashboard. Okay, if you want to create dashboards quickly, you go to settings, you go to dashboards, and those are the built-in dashboards. This is a demo kiosk dashboard, so I'm going to go back to it, and I'm going to go, yeah, there it is. Okay, you can add to the sidebar, take it out from the sidebar, whatever. And this is this one. Okay, now to edit the dashboard, you've got two choices. One is just to click up here, okay, and you'll see there is like spaces you can put stuff in. I'm going to just bring up this one. This one is a grid card configuration, so it's a grid. You can put stuff in grids. It's got two columns. It renders standard, but you could force it to render as squares. Okay. This specific one, as you can see, has YAML code in it. I think this next one does. No, there's also YAML code. But let me add a new one. It's so much easier. So those are the cards that I have available to me. The most common card that's used is the tile card. Yes, you can. ESP Home is extremely powerful. It allows you to do a lot of stuff, and I've got plenty of stuff on it in my back catalog. Anyway, carrying on, those are the standard cards from Home Assistant. And you can see there's quite a bit of interesting stuff in here. I'm just, yeah, so even that. And then we get into the custom cards. Mini graph cards, which is one that I do use. I don't use that, but mushroom chip card, cover card, climate card. But and I don't want to overwhelm you, but there is a lot of stuff, you see. So TouchKio, and you can see there's a lot. And then there is manual. The ring card, which I talked about earlier on, I'm going to go all the way back up, and just the tile card, which is the card that you would use the most, by the way. Look at it. You choose what you want out of it. So, for example, I want last automatic backup. Nope, doesn't have data. That's an ESP device, but they're offline. So I'm going to skip that. Okay, that I can take. So you see, I've clicked, all I've done is I said, from my weather station, I want you to give me the temperature, and it tells me outside is 25.9 degrees. By the way, this is an ESP home weather station. And you could stop there. But look at this. I can change the icon, I can change the color. I can add to the name. I can say, okay, fine, I want the entity name with the area with the device. Okay, it's exceeding the space, but I'm going to actually, you see, that's the device. If I click on the area, that's just the area weather. I haven't had the chance to use this one yet, but you can hide the state and just save that. You can have it horizontal, vertical, so you can change the layout. The interaction, I'm going to leave it as is, but look at the amount of interaction you've got. And all of these do other different things. And features, and again, bottom or inline, trend graph. Did you see how quick this was? There it is. Mike, this is quick, right? Okay, knowing YAML is important, yes and no. You could start, as I showed you just now, you could start without knowing a single thing of YAML. YAML is not very difficult. YAML is just a standard, much like HTML is a standard. Once you know pretty much how it works, YAML is a piece of cake. I haven't... Look, I suppose that I'm also a bit of a... So, I'm a software developer. Yeah, I did it fast, but I will... I'll tell you what. And if everybody... And I'd like to have everybody's opinion, obviously, on this that's in the stream right now. Do you want me to show you how to build... I'm not going to say complicated, but I'm going to say advanced, from beginning to advanced dashboards. Let me show you a dashboard that will freak you out. So you saw that earlier on, and I think I showed you this. Okay. So this is pretty much my Office dashboard that I showed you earlier on. I mean, yes, that I have earlier on. Oh, you know a bit of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You'll cruise through this stuff then. I'm a software, well, I was a software engineer. That went into software architecture and then enterprise architecture. Anyway, so this is my my kiosk as they are, and I think maybe I should show you how these actually are developed. Just don't look at those two. I don't know why they stuck. So it's the time. This is okay. So all of this here, that's above this, is all room specific. So this is the temperature in my study right now. This is the humidity. It feels like 21.8. Okay, that is PM 2.5, PM 10. Okay. This is my studio lights. I'm not going to hit it because then half of my stuff is going to go on. This is my main light. You're not going to start. Can you see it going on and off? Yes, you can. Actually, you can see it from the background. So that's pretty simple. This is my solar generation. It tells me the status right now of my batteries, which are at 100%. They're at 100% with the weather we've got. And this is what I'm generating right now, 998 watts. 1178 watts is what I'm using, and the house is running both solar and battery. I have a bug that I need to fix in the code. It's not running off the grid. It won't run off the grid until about like 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so, and this is outside, this is the weather. Are you going to say, okay, fine? One thing that I wanted to do is modularize the entire thing so that when and I'll show you the kitchen one in a second. Okay, so I can go into the energy, and I've got a full energy breakdown. So this is Mike, don't worry about it. So this is a forecast of what I can generate. As here I've generated for the day, I've generated what was predicted, and this is what the situation is in the moment. This is what I've generated today, 17.2 kilowatts, and this is my grid usage, which was overnight, because somewhere around, as I said, around 2 o'clock, my batteries die. So yeah, the house currently is using so much and so forth, and you can see all of the specs. But did you notice that I hit this? Watch, this is where we were. This section is not actually refreshing. So these are not separate pages. In fact, if you look at the top, we're not going to another page. These are the weather prediction. It's going to be... Jerry, don't you think those are nice temperatures? Looks like it could be raining at 2 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, and I've got the pollen as well. This is my 3D printer. It's not currently running, but you can see inside my 3D printer, and it tells me, yeah, there is a message. I don't know why it's not displaying it. I have to look. So that's the ETA of the print, and that's how much time there is left on the print. This is my doorbell. I'm not going to click there because there might be people over there, and I don't want to, obviously. Yeah, exactly, Jerry. That's what I was thinking. Okay, so this is the upstairs of my house. Yeah, there is a sensor that I don't know why it's not being picked up. I have to look. But I can switch on and off my lights upstairs as well. Okay, this is the downstairs part. I've even got visibility on my hydroponics. There is my camera. This is my study right now. And again, I'm not going to hit, well, I can hit the one in the middle. Oops. Okay, it's hitting the temperature. I need to stack them the other way around. So this is my house. I told you I can see the entire house. You saw earlier, you saw my network. Okay, there it is. And I have stuff to tell me when things go wrong and so forth. A bit more information about my printer. Over here, you can see there's quite a bit more. That's my bedroom. That's the TV room. That's the study. It even has information on my printer and a few other things. My kitchen. So this is the kitchen specs and whatnot. Speaking about the kitchen, this is the dashboard for the kitchen. And when the dishwasher is on, believe it or not, the dishwasher actually shows up as well. What just happened? Sorry guys, something just happened. Let me... it reset the... I want to be here. Yeah. What? Go away. Oh, I see. Okay. It changes nothing for you, don't worry. It's the prompter just switched off for some odd reason. Okay, whatever. Okay, so as I was explaining, here is the dishwasher, and it pops on when the dishwasher is on and gives me alerts and things like that. So yeah, there is a lot that can be done, and I'm busy doing the one for upstairs right now, and I'll be doing the one for the garage shortly. So you can have a full alarm as well. Just to give you an idea of the situation in my house, this is the number of integrations I have. Yeah, it just never ends. So, yeah. And I was talking about glasses that are. So, go away. Just hang on, I just want to change the focus to do not disturb. There we are. And yeah, things like flight radar. So on my office one, it actually tells me when there is a plane that goes over me, and will tell you a whole lot of details about the plane that goes over me. Mike, it's a very good idea, but it was just to show you how far you can go. And you were talking, the alarm is the alarm system. Apple, it's not just Apple TV, because that's Apple TV and that's a speaker. You know, there's so much, it's so much you can do. You can be warned about holidays. You can, HomeKit. Can be integrated. As I say, you can do so much. Two new members. Okay. New members, Jerry and Mike. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's the integration for the dishwasher. And just to give you what the dishwasher information is, look, quite a bit. And you know, it sends out when the dishwasher is finished. Sends out a warning to both my wife and I, and we know it's finished. You know, things like that. So yeah. You can integrate. Yeah, this is the integration with the 3D printer, and that never ends, as you can see. You can see also that it works a lot. Yeah, Meta integration, Open Media Vault. We were talking about ESP Home. There's only 6 production devices on my system. Having said that, there is far more than that. And far more coming. There is 3 that are coming soon. Anyway, listen, I've exceeded my time now. I went from is my image frozen? Well, apparently. Oh, well, you know what? I think it's a good time to end the stream. Guys, it was an absolute pleasure doing the stream with you guys. It was really good. I will be putting up the poll possibly either later today or tomorrow. And you guys will choose what the next stream is all about. Have a fantastic time till then. You want to talk to me during the week or in between? I'm sometimes inside of the Discord. the Discord server, like I am now. And yeah, we can discuss stuff, and I can show you stuff, and things like that. Anyway, I'll leave it to that. Have a fantastic time until I speak to you again, and stay safe. All right. Cheers. And where is that? Yeah. Let's click that stream has ended.